You ever read something that just hits you at the exact moment you need it? Well, today, we're going to pull apart a really powerful communication technique that's designed to do just that, to offer you perfect peace. So let's break down how it works.
So, to get started, what is the terror of the night? I know, it sounds a little dramatic, right? But it's pointing to a feeling I think we all kind of know. That little sense of vulnerability, maybe some anxiety that just creeps in when everything goes dark and quiet. And hey, this feeling, it's not new at all. It's a really deep, ancient kind of anxiety. It's just a fundamental part of being human. That feeling of being exposed or, well, unsafe. And getting a handle on that shared feeling is actually the key to unlocking the whole solution we're about to get into. Okay, so let's frame this up. We're talking about a core human problem, the terror of night, and that is the exact emotional bullseye for the message we're going to take apart.
You know, the source material we're looking at here it's incredibly direct about this. It doesn't just kind of wave at the feeling, it points right to it and calls it a core human vulnerability. And think about it. Once you name something like that, you can start to address it strategically.
All right, so we've got the problem down, right? This deep-seated anxiety. So now, let's flip to the solution our source material offers, a promise of peace. And here it is. This is the hook. Take a look at this. It's not a suggestion, is it? It's a command, a declaration. Sleep in perfect peace. God is guarding your home tonight. I mean, that is a direct, powerful shot right back at that terror of the night.
So, you see, this is way more than just some nice, comforting words. This is like a precisely engineered solution. It's built to neutralize a very specific fear. So the big question is, how does it actually do that?
And that, right there, brings us to the really fun part, the anatomy of the hook. We're going to take this whole thing apart, piece by piece, and see what makes it tick.
Okay, so it turns out this whole thing follows a really clear three-step formula. Step 1, target a core emotion, fear, anxiety. Step 2, make a super direct promise, in this case, perfect peace. And then step 3, you cite a trusted authority. Here it's God, who's there to guarantee the promise. It's so simple, but man, it's a profound emotional and logical punch. All right, let's dig into the psychology a bit. Why does this actually work so well? What is it about these exact words that gives them so much power?
Okay, check this out. It's like perfect counter-programming, right? The message doesn't try to ignore the fear. No, it meets it head-on with the perfect countermove. You've got the terror of the night, boom, here's lie down in peace. You've got anxiety, here's dwell in safety. It's like a perfect linguistic antidote for a specific poison.
So where does the power for this antidote come from? Well, it's rooted directly in Scripture, and that's what gives it that authority we talked about in the formula. See, this isn't just some hopeful little phrase. For the people this is aimed at, it's a rock-solid guarantee backed by the highest authority there is.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second and actually give this thing a name. Let's call it a sacred hook. But we can define that in a totally secular way. A sacred hook is basically any communication technique that does those three things. 1, it finds and speaks to a deep human need. 2, it gives you a powerful direct promise as the solution. And 3, it backs up that promise with an authority you trust. So, after all that, what are the big takeaways from just this one sentence? Well, first, the best communication. The stuff that really hits home, it targets universal emotions. Second, a direct, clear promise is always going to be more powerful than a vague one. And finally, you have to build trust, and you do that by establishing authority. Doesn't matter if it's sacred or secular.
And that leaves me with a final question for you. Now that you know the formula, now that you can see the sacred hook, where do you see it out in the world today? Think about it. What brands, what political slogans, what wellness ads are promising you peace and safety? Just look for that three-part structure: target a need, make a promise, and cite an authority. I think you're going to be really surprised at just how often you see it.